Hi, my name is Don Vanderjack, and welcome to my one stall workshop. I'm pretty new to woodworking. I'm more of a tool and die, actually. I'm a tool and die maker. And I really wouldn't call myself a woodworker, but I'm attempting to be one, or learning how. So, and I'm really enjoying it. So anyways, I've been at it about a year now, pretty seriously. And my reason I'm doing this video is because my guys I work with for Christmas got me a gift card, and with the idea I bought a power tool of some kind, and so I did, and I told them that when I did I would do a tool review for them, so that's what I'm doing. And so this is what I got. And it's probably not the coolest tool that you would think of or think of buying, but I wanted to get something that I would use a lot, and so that's what I got. So what I did get here is a Makita Half Sheet Sander. This thing is a beast, and it is very large. Which is the reason I got it. I wanted a large platen area, so it does a large area at once. And that was one of about 5 criteria or key features of the sander I was looking for when I selected this one. 1 was the size, 2 was the dust collection, 3 was ergonomics, 4th was speed control and efficiency. And then lastly would be quality and durability and reputation, that kind of thing. So, and this best, and well, 6 would be reasonably priced. So this met all those criteria. So yes, it's a half sheet sander. It covers a large area. The best part about that is not only can you do large areas at once, it's very good at flattening areas out at your lower grits. If you've got glue joints that aren't perfectly lined up, this will help you flatten, smooth those out without digging a trench with a palm sander or something like that. It helps keep your workpiece really flat, and that's really important because that's overall contributes to the finish of your work project, whatever it is you're doing. And you know, of all the things I do in woodworking, and I really enjoy it, I enjoy sanding the least. So I want the tool that I'm using to get me through the process as swiftly but proficiently as possible. So half sheet sander. Next, what did I say? Dust collection. So dust collection is really important. You can see on the bottom of this there's these holes in there and these little grooves cut out there. And on the back you can see this little dust port, and that you can hook up to your vacuum cleaner or a dust collection system, whatever. It comes with a bag that fits on there, but realistically I would highly recommend you use a vacuum system of some kind. Because what it does is it pulls the dust that develops underneath your sandpaper or this machine and around it. So these veins here, these grooves, pull it into the unit, and then exhausts it through here and into your dust collection system and all that. Because dust is a really bad thing, especially in a small workshop, because I'm in a rather confined area, and it makes it very difficult to, when you're finishing, putting your varnishing your workpieces, that dust tends to keep coming up in the air. If a fan kicks on or somebody bumps something and it starts coming down, it's going to spoil your workpiece, and it's going to make you very frustrated and aggravated. So dust collection is really important. This workshop here is attached to my house. The door that goes in here goes right into a family room, and my wife is in a lifelong battle against dust anyways, and I don't want to be contributing. So anyhow, dust collection is a big one, and I don't want to breathe it either. So this does such a good job that there's very little that ends up in the air, if at all. But I'm sure there's something. But you're not breathing it, and that's the important thing. I used to always wear a dust mask. With this, I really don't feel the need to, and I'm very sensitive to that. Ergonomics. Bad thing about sanders is they vibrate and they run. They transmit that energy up into your wrists and your arms, your tendons, and if done incorrectly or for long periods of time, you can actually have nerve damage. That's a little extreme, but they call them RSIs, repetitive stress injuries. So ergonomics with a sander of this nature, especially if you're in a big project and you're going to be doing it for extended periods, it's going to be really important. Makita has done a lot. You can tell they put a lot of effort into designing comfortable handholds all over this thing. And that's really key, because when you're working on a large tabletop and you're sanding it, going through the sequence, you really want to be comfortable with it. And another key feature of that is this trigger lock right here. You can set that, and that allows this thing to power up and run with very little. You don't have to hang on to the handle to hold the trigger. You can just float this over the workpiece, and with very, very little effort. And let the weight of the sander do the work. Don't be trying to drive this thing into the workpiece, because the only thing you'll accomplish is, other than potentially having a problem with your wrists and joints, is you could end up damaging your workpiece too. So it doesn't really help. So ergonomics is really important. Speed control. Speed control. A lot of people don't think that's important, but it really is. You have several different types of sandpaper. We have a wide range of grits, but then there's different types. There's aluminum oxides, and there's all these different types, and I don't know the half of them. But I do know that it does matter what kind of sandpaper you're using on what kind of workpiece and what you're trying to accomplish. The speed control gives you more control. So if it's only to make the paper as efficient as possible, so you find that frequency where it really bites in and it's really knocking down those high spots quickly, or if it's just setting it at a speed where you're on a very delicate veneer and you don't want to burn a hole through it, that gives you that kind of control, and that's what the importance of that is. So everything from your paper loading up too quick to not burning through your veneer, or just lightly softening up a surface, or knocking down a tear out or a bad glue joint. That speed control gives you so many more options that way, and I think it's more important than a lot of people realize. So that's the other thing. And then overall quality. The quality of this, it's a Makita. I've had nothing but good luck with Makita, and I'm telling you that I've got several pieces of Makita equipment. Some of it I've inherited from my father, and he had it for 25 years, and I've had it now for probably 6 or 7 years. So some of the stuff's 30 years old. And I say with reasonable care and maintenance, these things probably last a lifetime, if not a very long time. So the workmanship, craftsmanship's here, and it is, things just match up. You can just tell by looking at it and feeling it. It's a solid piece of equipment. The power cord is made out of a very flexible silicone type material. It's not like that cheap plastic, extension cord stuff. So this is the model BO4900V, and it is sold at Home Depot and online, Amazon.com, and several places. But most likely you're going to have to order it online. I didn't see it directly at Home Depot, but they do offer it through their online website. And it does not come with a perforation plate, so you'll need to order that as an optional piece of equipment. And that looks like this, and it has little holes in there so you can set it on there, and boom. I mounted it to this piece of board so that I can clamp it down, because this does have a tendency to stick to the paper when you punch it out. Mine got back ordered. When I ordered this went on back order, so I wasn't going to have it for a couple weeks. So I just made my own. And I already was making a little jig like this to cut the paper in half, so I could just buy my own paper and cut it in half. Set this in here. Well, it came with a sample piece of sandpaper, so I used that, which was die cut and had holes in it, and I used that to transfer these holes into here, and then back into this little alligator looking tube thing. And then I just took some dowels and chucked them up in a drill press and spun them out and made little bullets so that I could set it in here and pow. So, and that got me by until that showed up. It's, you know, still there, and it's handy. So, anyways, that's my review of the Makita Half Sheet Sander. I think this is a real money maker for a lot of people that do this professionally, and for us hobbyists and that, it's going to help us make our valuable little time we get to spend doing this. It's going to allow us to do the things we like to do the best. So, and thank you to the guys from Commercial Tool and Die, just north of Grand Rapids. I really appreciate this, and this is definitely going to be a go-to piece of equipment. So, Rick, Aaron, Derek, Jeff, Greg, and Scott, thank you very much, and Merry Christmas. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you.